Hola, soy Wendy de Asian Boss. Tailandia es un destino turístico muy importante. Solo en 2018, Bangkok recibió a más de 22 millones de turistas y se ha convertido en la ciudad más visitada del mundo por cuarto año consecutivo. Pero aunque los turistas pueden quedarse alucinados con todo lo que tiene que ofrecer la ciudad por precios bajos, ¿alguna vez se han preguntado cómo es la vida de los extranjeros en esta gran meca turística? ¿Qué tipo de ideas erróneas tienen los locales tailandeses sobre ellos? Nuestra reportera Mika salió a las calles de Bangkok para averiguarlo.
So where are you from and how long have you been living here?
I'm from Mexico and I've been here for over a year now.
I'm from India. I've been in Thailand for almost 20 years.
I'm originally from Germany and I've been in Thailand now for about a year.
I'm from California, the Central Valley, and I've been living here for 21 years.
I'm from London, UK, and I've been living here for almost 2 years now.
Why did you decide to come to Thailand?
I came to Thailand because the first time, it's my number one holiday destination. I've been coming here for many years. So I'm kind of addicted to it really.
Well, my family was based here. My dad was working here. So I moved here when I was a kid, so I had no options. But then I rather plan to stay here because it's like my second home.
Number one, just opportunities in business with some friends of mine, and people are so kind. I always say, Kon Thai, Mi Nam Jai. That's why I want to stay here.
I came here as an exchange student. Once I went home, I got to live in different cities around the world, but I've always felt like Bangkok was like my home away from home. I fell in love with the culture, the people, the city, so I decided that as soon as I would graduate, I would just go back to Bangkok.
Before coming to Thailand, what were your perceptions of Thailand?
Well, obviously I'd been here on holiday before, but living here it's very different. And my perception was that everyone's very friendly, the food's delicious. I didn't really have negative perceptions of Thailand.
In America, there is like a party perception to it, but so I did have that perception, and I realized that is here, but it's so concentrated in certain areas. So, there's just so much more to Thailand.
I think I only had I had this notion of, okay, it's a holiday paradise, because a lot of Germans come here to backpack and come here for holidays, and then they tend to go to the same places, which is particularly southern Thailand. So if I had any preconceived notions, and I think it was that of the beautiful beach paradise.
I was super scared, to be honest. My parents had this image about Thailand, maybe because in their, when they were young, but Thailand was known because of sex and drugs and all these dark mafia. And then they were like, no, you should not go to Thailand.
Where do you think these perceptions come from?
I think because I'm from Mexico, I'm pretty far away from Asia because of the news and movies mainly. I feel like in the cinema they portrayed Asia as a very dark and dangerous place, maybe the same way they portrayed Mexico abroad, right?
When you came here, was there anything that shocked or surprised you?
Nicely surprised by the prices. Nicely surprised.
It's just so big. I feel like you could drive a cab here for 20 years and you would never see everything, it's just so massive and there's so many people.
There seems to be a culture of trying to please people a lot. And it's people try and help you so much that often you don't always get the correct information. And it's portrayed with the best heart and the best intention. But it's yes, and actually, you're sending me in the wrong direction. So,
I think mainly how Western it actually is. I feel like I was expecting a little bit more of an East Asian vibe. And it's definitely here, which is, one of Thailand's charms. But it's also very, very Western. There's a lot of Western food. If you're feeling like pizza, there's pizza.
What kind of stereotypes as a foreigner or as a Mexican have you experienced here?
That I love tequila, that I only eat tacos, and that maybe I ride a burro, like a donkey.
Where do you think these stereotypes come from?
Movies, totally. I've watched so many movies portrayed in Mexico as this old town where we ride donkeys or horses, as well as Thailand. They portrayed Thai people riding elephants to go to work or something like that.
I'm German, and there's a big stereotype of elder German men coming here to retire and find a Thai wife, you know. So there's this stereotype still exists, but this is also true, you know. Like in Bangkok, I think sometimes it's less obvious because it's just part of this giant like melting pot of the city.
They have a thing, you know, if it's Indian, they kind of think I sell peanuts, you know. So they're like, you sell roti and peanuts. So that's what they think, you know, but then they don't know, like a lot of Indians have a lot of business.
They're surprised that I know things about other cultures because a lot of Americans are perceived as not knowing geography, not knowing cultures, not knowing this. And it's like I do the most to try and overcome those stereotypes because one of the most important things for me is showing that I respect other people's cultures. We come in and we expect to basically have an American experience abroad, but the best part of being abroad is having a different cultural experience. That's why I am choosing to live abroad, because I don't want just a simple American life. I want something more than that.
How's your Thai?
My Thai is okay. ผมพูดภาษาไทยนิดหน่อย
My Thai is pretty good, but still, I still struggle with some things. I can't talk politics, and I don't know. It's really helpful to learn the language.
พูดภาษาไทยนิดหน่อยครับ. That's about it. No, like I know a little bit. Like I think I can order in a restaurant. I can say a couple of phrases. I think a lot of foreigners kind of live in a bubble, which is kind of almost a parallel society to the life that most Thais live. And if you just move inside that bubble, I think you don't feel the urge as much to learn the language.
How important do you think it is to learn the Thai language if you're living here?
Super important. I don't consider myself as a very well taught. I mean, I'm not fluent in Thai, to be honest. But I feel as foreigners, we should actually make an effort to learn the language, because Thai people don't need to learn how to speak English. We're the ones who moved here, who are living here, and we should respect their culture. So I feel it's really important. If you're living here, you should learn Thai.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a jeweler, and we just opened up a new restaurant.
I'm a chef, and I own my own restaurant.
Have you noticed that there are a lot of foreigners who come to Thailand to open businesses?
Yes, there is a lot of foreigners opening businesses here. It's fairly easy to do business here, and so it makes it pretty friendly for them to be able to do that.
I think it's very viable and very livable. I think the government's making it a little more difficult for that these days. It doesn't seem like they want the tourists, but they don't necessarily want the foreigner coming in and staying here long term.
How does your salary compare to the average Thai person?
Our salary is astronomically more than the average Thai person's. Like even against the Thai staff, I think ours is like double or something.
Do you think it's fair that you earn more than the average Thai?
Absolutely not. They're putting in just as much work, if not more than us.
I agree. It's 100% not fair, and I've talked about it quite a bit with the Thais in our office.
What are some advantages of being a foreigner here over being a Thai person?
If we make kind of like a faux pas or a cultural error, we're kind of forgiven because we're the dumb foreigner who doesn't know any better. And so a lot is just forgiven, where I can get away with things that a Thai person could not. And I try not to do that, but there are some things where I'm like, I just didn't know that I couldn't do that. Oops. And then it's kind of like, oh, well, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
On the flip side, what are some disadvantages of being a foreigner as opposed to being Thai in Thailand?
Constantly getting shaken down for extra money or like more money than what something's worth.
I would definitely say there is skin color pricing here when it comes to popular tourist scams like taxis or markets, but that's just, I mean, that's fair game, you know, like those are just people that try to make a living, and most foreigners that come here are not aware of what the local price level is, and you know, that happens everywhere.
To be honest, I've seen a lot of people being good towards like tourists or expats. But there are some ignorant people that are really, like really racist. Like, oh, you're Indian or you're Asian, just go back or something like that, So, but they gotta understand that the country develops over expats. So, expats play a big role in this country, developing the country. Like back 20, 30 years ago, a lot of different people came, like Chinese, and initially then there was Indians, there's Cambodians. I think a lot of people has to, realize that and not just, throw in some comments about their ethnicity.
Now that you've been living here for a while, what do you wish that you knew before you moved here?
I wish I knew that I needed to be less stressed about things, because I get focused on details, and it's the Thai way is let it go, like it will happen when it happens. I needed to learn that not everyone goes according to a schedule, and just to let things go.
I think I underestimated how expensive life is. You have this moment where everyone comes here, their first 1-2 months, just like enjoys all the perks and particularities of like Bangkok, goes to night markets, takes a Grab all the time, 20 baht here, 20 baht there, 100 baht there, and then you have this moment where you realize, wow, like I'm actually just blowing through a lot of money.
What general advice do you have for somebody who might want to move here from a different country?
I would say do your research and do your soul searching. I think do your soul searching is the most important part. Like really figure out why do you want to come here, and figure out if Thailand is the right place so that you don't get disappointed.
Honestly, get on that plane and just do it. There's so much to see, so much to do. And the world's a huge place. Explore, do it.
Esperamos que les hayan parecido interesantes las respuestas. ¿Qué fue lo que más les sorprendió? ¿Alguna vez han considerado vivir en un destino turístico tan popular como Tailandia? Dinos en los comentarios de abajo y suscríbete a nuestro canal para más información y videos sobre las últimas tendencias culturales de Asia. Nos vemos pronto y mantente curioso.